On a Friday evening, Jesus gave up his life and was placed into a grave. Then, early on the following Sunday morning, his body was raised, and he came out of the tomb. But where was Jesus' spirit during the time that his body was in the tomb? Scripture does not do much to answer that question, but it does give us a few clues. This video will look at two of those clues, as well as thoughts from another ancient source. For the thinkers, the days between Jesus' death on the cross and his resurrection are often a source of confusion. Beyond simply wrapping our minds around the idea that God the Son died a human death and was buried as a human, there are verses in the Bible that suggest he was active on the day we refer to as Holy Saturday. But where was Jesus and what was he doing? The first thing we know is Jesus' physical body was in the tomb. Jesus died a human death and was buried like a human. His body was wrapped in linen cloth and placed in a tomb. Multiple people saw his dead body and saw where it was placed. After Jesus said, "It is finished," on the cross, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. His dead body remained on the cross until it was taken down and placed in a nearby tomb. His spirit, however, was elsewhere. 3 days later, his body and spirit were reunited, and he rose from the dead. There is some speculation about where Jesus was, that is, where his spirit was, for the 3 days between his death and resurrection. The clearest indication we have in Scripture of where Jesus was between his death and resurrection comes in his conversation on the cross with one of the thieves crucified next to him. The believing thief asks to be remembered when Jesus comes into his kingdom, and Jesus replies, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." So, after his death, Jesus went to the place of blessing where God is, heaven, and that's where the believing thief went. 2.